welcome. Today, we bring you an inspiring tale of courage, self-discovery, and purpose. Listen carefully, pause and repeat, and learn some important words along the way. The warrior, reborn. The sun was setting, painting the sky with shades of gold and orange. Its soft light passed through the tall trees, making the forest glow. The long shadows of trees stretched across the ground, and the leaves rustled gently in the evening breeze. Birds chirped as they returned to their nests, sharing stories of their day. A small stream in the distance shimmered, reflecting the golden sunlight like scattered treasure. But the sunset was more than just the end of a day. It was a sign of hope, renewal, and hidden mysteries waiting to be discovered. In the middle of this ancient forest, a tired warrior walked slowly. His name was Virendra, once a great hero of Mahendrapura. His armor was full of dents, and his eyes showed deep sorrow. He'd once been strong and fearless, but now he carried the burden of defeat. His sword, once a sign of glory, dragged along the ground, reflecting his broken spirit. At last, he reached a huge banyan tree, with roots spreading like giant arms. Unable to walk any further, he sat on the ground, breathing heavily. His heart was filled with sadness. He whispered to himself, "Is my life meant only for failure and pain? Have the gods abandoned me? What is the purpose of living if I cannot protect my people?" His voice was filled with pain. He had not only lost a battle, but he had also lost faith in himself. Virendra was once a legendary warrior. People of Mahendrapura respected him for his bravery and kindness. He wanted a world where swords were used only for protection, not destruction. But fate was cruel. In his last battle, his army was trapped by the enemy. Many of his soldiers died, and the enemy won. Though Virendra survived, rumors spread that he was a coward. His honor was destroyed. As Virendra leaned against the banyan tree, lost in thought, he suddenly felt a strange change in the air. The ground shook lightly, and the tree's roots moved. A golden light spread from the bark, making the whole place glow. From the shining tree, a glowing figure appeared. He was dressed in golden robes, and his face was calm yet powerful. His presence filled the air with divine energy. His voice was deep and wise as he spoke. "Mortal, your sorrow has reached the heavens. I am Chitrasan, a servant of the gods. Why do you sit here in despair?" Virendra, surprised, bowed before him. "O Divine One, I am Virendra, a warrior who has failed. I could not protect my people. My soldiers died, my honor is lost, and now my life has no meaning. If the gods have left me, then who do I fight for?" Chitrasan looked at him with wisdom in his eyes. "You think your purpose is in others, but true purpose comes from within. To find it, you must complete 3 trials. Are you ready?" Virendra, desperate for answers, nodded. "I will do whatever it takes." The 3 trials. First trial, the trial of memory. With a wave of Chitrasan's hand, Virendra found himself on a battlefield. Not his defeat, but a past victory. He saw his younger self leading soldiers with courage, fighting without fear. But suddenly, the scene changed. The cheers of victory faded. The cries of the wounded filled the air. The battlefield was not only a place of glory, but also of pain and loss. Chitrasan's voice echoed. "Do you see, Virendra? Victory does not last forever, but the impact of your choices does. A true warrior must accept both glory and loss." Tears filled Virendra's eyes. He had always wanted victory, but had he ever understood the cost? Second trail, the trial of shadows. In the next trial, Virendra stood in a dark forest. Suddenly, a shadow appeared. It looked exactly like him. "Who are you?" Virendra asked. The shadow smirked. "I am your doubt, your fear, your failure. I tell you to give up." The shadow attacked. Virendra fought bravely, but every strike felt like he was fighting himself. His energy drained. Then he stopped fighting. He looked into the shadow's eyes and said, "You are part of me, but you do not control me. I will not let my fears define me." The shadow disappeared into the darkness. A deep calmness filled Virendra's heart. Chitrasan's voice echoed. "By facing your fears, you have regained your strength." Final trail. The trial of the summit. For the last trial, Virendra had to climb a tall mountain. The path was dangerous, and cold winds hit him hard. Every step tested his strength. Tired but determined, he kept going. As he climbed higher, he realized his true strength was not in his sword, but in his will. Finally, as the first rays of the sun touched the peak, he reached the top. Looking down, he saw Mahendrapura and its people. In that moment, everything became clear. Chitrasan appeared beside him and spoke, "Your duty is not to seek fame, but to serve. A true warrior protects those who cannot protect themselves." For the first time in a long time, Virendra understood. "I see now. My failures were lessons, not punishments. I will return, not as a broken warrior, but as a leader reborn." Chitrasan smiled. "The gods test only those worthy of greatness. Lead with wisdom, and you will not only win battles, but also inspire generations." As the vision faded, Virendra found himself back under the banyan tree. But he was different now. He stood up, lifting his sword, not as a burden, but as a symbol of purpose. And with that, he walked towards Mahendrapura, ready to reclaim his destiny. Thank you for watching. See you next time.